I've had the Samsung Galaxy S25 for a little over 365 days. So a little over a year later in 2026, the question isn't what it was at launch, it's how it actually held up after a year of real world use. So I kind of want to break down the good, the compromises, my experience, and whether it's still worth your attention in 2026 now that we're especially getting really close to the release of the S26 series, the S26, the 26 Plus, and the 26 Ultra. Now I do want to start things off with this design in the build. It's compact. Like, this is compact standards nowadays. Like, we're not getting 5.4 inch display phones anymore, or 5.6, 6.2. It remains, I think, one of the biggest strengths with the Galaxy S25. It's kind of one of the few quote unquote true small flagship phones left. There are other options, but here in the US, very limited. Now the build quality has held up pretty good. No frame bends or major scratches. The buttons are super clicky. There we go. And then the front and the back glass still remain solid. Obviously, I just have this case from Samsung, directly from Samsung's website, that I've been using for the past year. It's been pretty good so far. So it remains solid. And this phone is comfortable in the hand, and it also is portable. It's easy to carry around. It's, for the most part, easy as a one-handed. You kind of slide up forward like that, and bring the phone down a little bit, and you can use it one-handed, no issues whatsoever. I think the pros about this, they're pocket friendly. It still has that premium feel, and it's easy to handle. And I also do love the blue colorway here with the Galaxy S25. Now, when you look at this design, you're probably like, well, that's not S25. Wait, that's an S24. No, it's an S23. Now I'm confused. And the main difference that you can probably tell is whether you have a S25 color or from the camera rings. And I have seen reports of people's S25's camera rings falling off. Mine have not, so that's a good plus. But one con, I think, with this phone is that small phones are not everyone's preference. So if you want a larger device, you probably will end up going with the Galaxy S25 Plus, or with the successors coming out, the S26 Plus or the Ultra model. Display though, it's beautiful, gorgeous. Samsung displays are great. It's smooth and it's super reliable. The dynamic AMOLED display with an adaptive 120 Hz remains still fluid and responsive. The colors are rich, the contrast is deep, and outdoor visibility is still really good. No major fade over the year. Now, it's not the brightest or the highest resolution panel in 2026, but for everyday use, it still delivers. And also this wallpaper pack, I will be releasing it soon, so stay tuned to the channel and subscribe if you haven't already. This is actually one of my, if not my favorite wallpaper pack that I have released thus far. So definitely stay tuned, and I think you guys will really like it. 20 different unique different variations of this wallpaper. But anyway, the pros of this display: smooth animations and great viewing angles. But I think some cons that some people may have, it's not as vibrant as newer OLED panels. It's it's not the latest and greatest. Some people will see that as a con, and you know what? That's fine, because I think this display will last for years to come. Now, with the performance in the past year, it's been awesome. Like Snapdragon 8 Elite, made for Galaxy, 12 gigs of RAM. It's still solid in 2026. So everyday tasks like messaging, social media apps, multitasking, media playback, they're still quick and responsive. Gaming and heavier workloads are also very capable for most users. Now, do keep in mind, the more you use this phone, like heavy intensive apps, it's going to heat up a little bit quicker than something like the S25 Ultra, because it doesn't really have the same vapor cooling chamber as its older brother. So just do keep that in mind, and that will also, once it starts heating up, it's going to tank your battery life, which we'll get to in a little bit. But yeah, I think the pros for this, it's great for daily tasks, but it's not the greatest when it comes to heavy intensive workloads. Like it will get it done, but once it starts heating up and gets warm to the touch, you're going to see a huge difference in the battery life. Now, the software is also really great. One UI, like, I have no complaints. It's actually my favorite custom OEM skin on a device, and it's currently running One UI 8.5 on Android 16, and Samsung devices are doing great in the software department. One, they're getting buttery smooth updates, and 2, their betas feel like stable updates. No bugs, no issues whatsoever so far. Now, would I recommend to anyone to download a beta update? Probably not, because I do it myself. Just doesn't mean that you probably should do it either. The reason why I'm using is, 1, I want to test out the latest beta, and 2, to just make some content and send some feedback back to Samsung. So that's kind of why I use it. But overall, One UI is feature packed, but it's stable, it's refined, and still relevant today, and it will be relevant for years to come. Now, when we get to the cameras, they're versatile and reliable, and I think that's what a lot of people look for. They're not going to be my top contender because I have better options, but for many, this is going to be great because after a year of real-world use, the daytime photos, they're still sharp with good dynamic range. Night and low light results, they're solid, but you may get some better phones nowadays with better results. And the video performance is stable with good stabilization and dynamic range. And I think a pro should get a balanced camera for photos and videos. It's not going to be, a headache for many. You just pick up the phone and take photos and videos. But one con, it's not going to be groundbreaking next to newer flagships. So if you want the best of the best in the camera department, yeah, this device is probably not going to be for you. But for most people, I think it will get the job done. Again, this Galaxy S25 is not trying to be the best of the best in the camera department. If you want something like that from Samsung, you go with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Now I think we can talk about the battery life and the charging speeds. So the 4,000 milliamp hour battery at launch, it was modest, and I would say it's modest today, but I don't know. I think it's on the smaller side. It's got normal mixed usage and generally will get you throughout the day, although this doesn't last me the entire day. And I guess I'm a little bit different than most people. I use my phone quite often, so I do have to charge this at least once a day, 4 hours of screen on time, which is not great at all. So if you're going to be using this for heavy gaming, streaming, or GPS, it's going to eat into that battery much quicker. And the charging speeds is capped at 25 watts. It's not fast. So Samsung calls it super fast charging. That's not fast at all, and it stresses me out. It's not going to be a phone I would recommend, especially if you are focused on having great battery life and fast charging speeds. I think for most people, it still will perform okay because most people are not going to use it like me. They're not going to consistently be using their phone. You're not probably going to be picking this up for using it for gaming for multiple hours on end. So I think for most people, still will get the job done. But if you have a concern okay, I'm going to use my phone for this specific reason a little bit too often, then yeah, you may want to reconsider. But kind of wrapping things up, in the past 365 days, I think this is still a great compact flagship, quote unquote compact flagship to use in 2026. Now, it hasn't aged poorly because performance is still dependable, software is still smooth, and the compact form factor still stands out in a sea of big phones, but it's not going to be that cutting edge device that obviously belongs to devices nowadays that are coming out in 2026, but it's still very good at what it does. If you already own a Galaxy S25, I don't think there's a rush to upgrade to an S26 unless you really care about having better battery. Then you may want to just upgrade to a different phone completely. And if you're considering buying the S25 today, I'd probably say wait until the S26 because once that comes out, you may find this at a cheaper price, or you may just want the S26. So I'd say hold on just a little bit longer until the S26 does release because I think this line is one of the best compact Android options you have here in the US that you can pick up. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely be sure to superman the like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot. It will help push my content out to more people. And also, again, definitely stay tuned for this wallpaper pack coming very soon. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Shout out to Pokemon Soul Silver.